Hello and welcome to the Actility Opinam webinar on enabling smart energy solutions. My name is Shmuel Solomon. I'm a channel sales manager on Actility, and I will be your presenter for this session. So this is a webinar to enable us that explains how to enable a smart energy management solution based on LoRaWAN wireless technology. It's a combined solution of Actility and Opinam. And as I said, I am a channel sales manager at Actility. The agenda for today will be, first of all, to briefly describe Actility and its business. And then directly we'll go into how and what we did together with Opinam to enable a smart energy solution based on LoRaWAN wireless technology. And I will make some kind of a summary to give and highlight the major important points in our solution. So this is a quick slide on what Actility is and what is our business. Basically, Actility is a company that was founded in 2010. We are a French company. Our headquarters is in Paris. We have about 4 sites of R&D in France, while the rest of the offices are worldwide and are filled with sales and pre-sales managers. We are very innovative and technical company. Most of our profiles are technical and R&D engineering. Actility from the IoT perspective, we work and we serve customers in 2 main markets. The first one is on the public network, such as operators and operators of IoT networks, such as telecom operators or utility companies. We have the reason for that is for them, their wish to operate a global scalable network. So they choose Actility IoT connectivity. And we also operate on the private sector. So we sell to enterprises that wants to operate a private IoT network, wireless one based on LoRaWAN, as they don't want to be dependent on the public network, or they want to have a secured solution. They want to have all installations on site and to be able to operate their network by themselves. So on a private network, it can be an enterprise, a site, a convention center, a smart city solution that starts from 2 simple wireless network gateways up to 50 and 100. But it operates a private network. We also have a solution for tracking based on our sister company called Abiway. So we offer 4 types of tracking solutions, basically for humans, for animals, for industrial type of solutions. Our IoT solutions, our IoT tracking solutions are based on LoRaWAN as well. So they do not have any SIM card, or they do not need a subscription from the wireless operator. Now I will present the smart energy solution that we have made together with Opinam, which is based on the LoRaWAN wireless IoT network connectivity. Before we go into the solution, I would like already to show you an example, a use case, a real use case, a project that we did with Opinam in Vietnam. So a customer, it's called Deep Sea. So they are managing and operating industrial zones based in Vietnam. So their industrial zones currently had more and more manual operations that they need to turn into automation, into automatic type of capabilities. And altogether, what they're willing and wanted to do is to understand their existing energy distribution model. In their case, it's electrical. They wanted to collect and analyze customers' energy consumption data. They wanted to reduce the energy spending and reduce the manual tasks that they had to do. You can imagine how big a site as such is, and Deep Sea has several, if I'm not mistaken, hundreds of sites as such, and it was very difficult for them to maintain and operate those sites without a real wireless solution. So altogether, we have offered them a combination, an integrated solution of ThinkPark Enterprise, which is Actility Enterprise product that we sell to the enterprise market to enable wireless private network, and integrated with Opinam to enable them to analyze and to make analytics, to visualize, to enable visualization of the data, qualify the data, and understand the patterns of the consumption of the sites and their machines. And definitely what was very important for them at that point was to have a wireless solution, because you can imagine how complicated it is and how expensive it will be to enable such a solution without a wireless solution, and with a wired solution, which is very expensive and very difficult to maintain. So this is the first use case that we have done together with Opinam, a very good, successful project. I will go now and talk a little bit about the solution with regards to the market that we are positioning this offer. So the combined solution with Opinam was a decision that we made to go with Opinam because they have capabilities that a lot of application providers do not have in place. We are not just looking for reading or collecting data from the real physical world, but rather we are looking for understanding patterns and identifying patterns. And this is a solution that we position to companies, not just that operate a one or single machines in an industrial zone, but to OEMs, to companies that have several sites or several machines that they will need to have more investment from their side together with Actility and Opinam in order to insert such a solution, because it's complex to collect the data, to manipulate the data. There can be data from different machines, data from different type of sites. It can be data that collected in energy in water, thermal, or gas and electrical. And this is why we can think about positioning this solution to any market, but nevertheless, we want to focus. We want to focus on industrial zone, on energy and utilities companies like Total, Engie, smart building operators where they operate several buildings altogether. And for them, it's very important to understand the spendings of their buildings and their customers. Public organizations such as, for example, hospitals, for them, energy spending is very important factor. They are being measured, and they are always have a squeeze, if I may say so, squeeze budget for operations. So this type of persona, if you wish, a marketing persona, is in priority, the four ones that you see here. But nevertheless, when we are talking about energy, it can be on any scale of energy. But these are the focus ones that we have decided to position our solution. So in this slide, you can see what are the pain points of an operator or an enterprise leader that is looking to solve while choosing such solutions as we have positioned Actility and Opinam. So first of all, they are looking basically to reduce their energy spending. This is for sure one of the major factors that they do. They want to increase the energy efficiency. They want to understand why a certain machine behaves like that, why a certain site has more data consumption and energy consumption compared to other site which has maybe the same machines but with a different type of profile. They want to reduce the manual overhead that they have, basically remove all manual operations. They want to have a return on investment, a quick one, and this is what we did together with Opinam by integrating our solution. We basically enabled a solution which is plug and play, including with the sensors that we offer to the market. The next one is the social environment responsibility. So energy is overspending energy, and energy responsibility is very important. What we call being green. It's very important for such companies as utilities to show that they are green, and this is a very important factor for them. Maybe it was not like that 20 years ago, but now it's definitely the case. They want to comply to regulations. So regulations may be related in EU, different regulations in India, different regulations in the US, and so forth. And they need to comply with reports. They need to comply by showing them proofs of energy on CO2 emissions and other factors which are which are definitely important for them. So here, this is the smart energy management solution in maybe in an abstract way. So what we did together with Opinam, we enabled a technical solution of a service that is able to identify the patterns of energy spending in order to prevent operational costs, in order to optimize the energy spending. So from the left side, you see that we collect physical energy data from machines, from sites, from buildings, from any consumer of energy. We detect faults and potential and propose potential saving, and therefore the benefit and the value is reducing the spendings of the money from the operator and from the consumer, and optimize the assets and energy contract. So altogether, automating the monitoring of the data, virtualizes the plant and creates digital models of real assets. This is what we call the digital twin. It's to enable and simulate energy spending in different type of models, but at the same time also being able to implement it in the real world. Structure the energy and industrial knowledge into ontologies. This is the capability to present the data that is being collected into correct units, such as in megawatt or kilowatt or in meter cube and so forth. Depends on the energy that is read. And it enables also to interact with humans and to understand the industrial context and qualify the data. So in the sense of interacting with humans, means that it has a user interface, a report, notifications to inform on the changes, inform on the patterns, and give recommended actions to perform. Basically, in order to enable the IoT value chain, okay, you will need to have 4 layers involved in the solution. So the first layer is the sensor. The sensors read data from the physical world and collect the data and push them into through wireless connectivity into the network server. So the sensors for this solution can be different type of sensors. In the next slide, we will see some kind of sensors that we position, but nevertheless, if a certain operator, if a certain customer and a site operator has a certain preferences for a certain sensors, or they have already sensors in place, there's no problem. We can integrate their sensors into our solution and operate that in a plug and play manner. Then there is the connectivity that is being provided by Actility. So there are 2 parts of the connectivity. So there is the network server and there is the gateways. So the sensors submit the messages that they collect, the data that they collect from the real world, from the physical world, into the air. Those gateways that are just next to them or can be in LoRaWAN, even 15 kilometers away from them, capture the messages and relay them to the network server. The network server, when he collects the data, he understands that this data is from a certain site, from a certain customer, and is able to push that data into the Opinam data application, what we call Opinam Data Hub. And the Opinam Data Hub makes qualifications and process the data, and immediately in real time enables to propose based on the KPIs, based on the notification and thresholds that have been configured, actions to do, and to identify those faults or those changes in energy consumption immediately to the operator of the site and to the customer. The features for our smart energy management solution, so the benefits and the value we have created together, Actility and Opinam, are basically presented here in those images. I will not go over all of them, but maybe on the most important ones. So first of all, this is a wireless energy management solution. So you don't need to wire or to cable the devices to the gateways, to additional servers and so on. It's all wireless and it can be deployed on the customer side or as a SaaS cloud solution. It enables you to manage those devices. A device is a sensor, basically, from the Opinam Data Hub or from the Actility Network Server. We detect faults and propose potential savings. We propose advanced analytics. So again, not just an application that is able to read and write data, but also to understand the patterns and understand the data of the data. It enables also accounting capabilities, so transform the data that you collect into real monetary type of data. Power quality monitoring, so it's also to treat the data and to understand that if there are faults in the collection itself, you can make adjustments and make fixes on this data. And of course, there is a value, a huge value of the energy efficiency, including action plans and corrective actions that the operator of the site needs to take. I don't want to go too much details about what LoRaWAN is and how it looks like and what is under the hood, what is LoRaWAN. So I've just created here a simple slide to show the IoT chain here. So as I said earlier, in order to operate an IoT network as a wireless solution, you need to have four elements in your chain. So first of all, on the left side, you have the devices, the objects, the sensor, if you wish, that collects the data from the real physical world and transform them into data, binary for those which are more technical guys, and transmit them over a wireless protocol into the air, and these messages are being captured by the gateways and relayed to the network server. So first of all, collection of the data in the devices through the gateways goes into the network server, and from the network server, which can be cloud or on customer premises, is being pushed to the Opinam business analytics application. This is a typical LoRaWAN solution. The gateways can be up to 15 kilometers away from the devices, which enables you the capability to manage and operate a very large site with even 2 gateways, 3 gateways. You can make a coverage of 10 square kilometers easily. So this is an example of a pulse meter, a smart energy turnkey solution. This device is able to connect to an impulse output from any meter that you can think of. It can hold up two meters at the same time. You can see that, of course, that the device is not connected to electricity, is running on battery. How small it is? It's about 8 centimeters over 5 centimeters. It includes also a small antenna. It can be configured in different type of methodologies, even with the mobile phone or through the network server. So this kind of solution is just one example, but there are several type of devices that exist on the market, and you are more than happy. We will be more than happy, and you are more than welcome to contact Actility or Opinam to get additional type of vendors or explanations on these specific devices. This is how it looks like, how the 2 devices for energy collection looks like. On the left side, you have the same pulse device that is connected to a water meter impulse output. Okay, so basically all type of European type of meters include such an output, and that can be easily connected. So it can be, in this case, it's a e-tron type of a meter, but we have also gas meter, Elster, Socomec for gas, e-tron for thermal, and so forth. On the right side, this is a very interesting device. It's a device that is connected to a monitoring device. But what is important to see that this device is a serial device that is connected to the consumption object, to the consuming object in a serial way. So this is what we call Modbus, and is connected to basically it enables a site operator to connect those machines, or you may say legacy type of machines, to a retrofitting solution based on Modbus interface. So many of the machines, many of the devices that exist on the market, many legacy ones, very old machines, very old energy consuming devices, they do not were not updated, and they exist maybe for 20, 30 years, and they include such an output. This device enables us to basically to connect any equipment that has such kind of a Modbus interface. For those which are technical, so it's a serial interface RS232 or RS485 to the network connectivity. And although they are very old, still we can supervise and monitor those consuming energy factors. So another slide that basically summarizes what and how it looks like. So on the left side, you have a smart industry solution. On the right side is a smart building solution. There are two devices. So the Modbus, which can connect I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit technical here, but just 30 seconds about that. So a Modbus slave, up to 20 Modbus slaves can be connected to the wireless device, which simulates a master Modbus solution and transmit the data in a wireless way. This device can also receive commands from the solution itself, from the network server or from the application, and submit those messages to the relevant Modbus slave. The pulse meter on the left side, for example, on the smart industry, can be connected to two machines at the same time and can report the energy consumption and can send commands to the pulse meters connected physically, but of course wireless type of communication. And so it enables a simplified and plug-and-play solution, very easy to operate and simplified from the sense of a complicated site. There's no wiring needed here at all. So this is how our solution looks like from the backend perspective. This is ThinkPark Enterprise. This is the Actility solution for the enterprise market. So you can see here the device itself. You can see its configuration. On the bottom right, you can see the application that is connected for this device. In this case, of course, we push the data to the Opinum data hub, but of course you can configure additional type of applications and servers in different type of protocols like HTTP or to Amazon Web Services or to Microsoft Azure, IBM Watson, and so forth. All industrial type of solutions can be connected here, and then you can push the data from this object to Opinum, but at the same time to additional application servers that you have in place or new ones that we can offer you. How does the Opinum business application looks like with Actility ThinkPark solution? So here you can see a dashboard of the Opinum business application. Basically, the dashboard enables me to unlock meaningful data and insights, because I don't want to present, of course, raw data and material data. I want to present meaningful data for the operator. So in this case, there is an example of comparing two machines, machine one, machine two, from electrical type of perspective. Those electrical energy readings are also converted into monetary data. And basically each rectangle here is some kind of a widget that I can make operations, I can remove, I can shift, I can always change the data. I can also adjust the look and feel for each one. I can also do restrictions over time, set the correct balance in between the data, and so forth. So basically, it unlocks meaningful data. It enables me to connect in an intelligent way devices. It enables me to centralize all the energy data in one single unified platform. It enables me to detect and to manage energy faults or energy overconsumption. I see the dashboard. I can produce reports for compliancy reasons. I can set up thresholds and KPIs, so I can get alerts over notification, over email in real time. And this is the added value of the solution. I want to zoom in here on one simple example, but to show what is the benefit of going with Actility in Opinam on that, from that perspective. So you can see, as I said earlier, I don't want just to display the data. I want to give some insights and identify patterns. In order to do so, this, for example, enables me, this graph is a linear graph that shows me, that helps me to visualize and analyze the relationship between data if they exist. I want to check if in between the two machines, between the two consumers of energy, is the data is related. And I want to check the correlation between them. If they correlate, so fine. So I know that there is one machine is not consuming more than the other, and there is basically a general behavior from energy perspective on both machines. But if they do not correlate, I can understand that machine one, for example, is more consuming than machine two. I can take an action and understand why it is being done. I can dig into the small details of the consumption on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, etc. And I can understand and take an action in order to fix the problem. Maybe the machine needs some kind of a maintenance. Maybe the machine is over-consuming because it's working in hours that it should not supposed to and is working incorrectly, and so forth. So this is the advantage of the Opinam solution. It gives you some insight and identify patterns and comparing data to data. This is another example of seek and analyze standardized data and relationship that may exist. So in heat map, for example, is a very interesting example. If we take, for example, a smart building solution, we expect, for example, that for offices, for example, I expect that at nighttime, the energy consumption would be almost none or very close to none compared to daytime. So here in my figure, I can see that the energy on nighttime is much reduced compared to energy consumption during daytime. So now we have finished to see and understand what is Opinam and Actility solution. And I would like now to take one step backward and show you the summary of the solution and the benefits on the value of such a solution. A solution from Actility and Opinam is a combined energy solution that enables you to monitor hundreds of remote sites in a unified portal. From the operator side perspective, he has only one portal to manage. He has no need to go into the real physical world or to the connectivity side, okay? It just has one single interface to manage all all the objects, all the machines, and in one single screen, if we wish, one single user interface. The strong capability of Actility and Opinam is to enable to integrate with existing meters and systems. So either we offer you our own meters from partners and from our ecosystem, either we just can integrate with your existing retrofitting solution or existing systems. It can be such as meters. It can be extracting data from existing business analytics, like through ETL and so forth. We understand and visualize the energy profiles of your organization. It helps to better do energy planning, because today, when we're talking about energy, there is a lot of demand and demand of the energy, and I can planify with my utility, my energy provider. I can set up the correct profile that best fits my business based on this information, so I can clearly and for surely reduce my invoices in that sense. Okay. I can, of course, improve the energy budgeting, as I said, better capacity utilization, reduce maintenance and manpower, the collection of the data in a manual way is done, of course, in a very expensive and inefficient manner. I know from a specific customer in India, for example, that has two sites which are very distinct from one to each other. So the energy collection figures were collected manually. So the guy that was collecting the energy figures had to take the car and to drive many kilometers in order to collect the data, which is inefficient and, of course, doesn't contribute to the optimization solution as a whole. Improve system uptime. Of course, I know if my energy readings are not in place or there is over energy, I know that in a preventive type of manner, I know that there is a problem with my machines or with my site. I provide easy accessibility and usability management and control as a whole. It's all about automation, centralization of the data, and in one single management platform. And very important, many of regulations and many of the utilities and energy customers are looking for on-premise solution, which means that they want to have the entire solution installed on their site without being dependent either on operator network, so not a network that is based on 3GPP SIM cards, but rather their own secured solution. The devices, the sensor are on the site, the gateways are on the site, the network server is also on the site. It can be on their private cloud or physically on some kind of an industrial PC on site. And of course, the Opinam business application can be also either on site, but also on the cloud. So altogether, we give a complete solution and a private solution to enable the operator of the site to benefit from. Thank you very much for attending this session. So as I said, my name is Shmuel Solomon. I'm working for Actility. I am based in France, Paris, and I am a channel sales manager. Please contact me or contact Opinam to get more information about our solution. We'll be more than happy to support you in your transformation project. Thank you.